Hi, this is Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is Mousesteps Weekly, episode number 13.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Winter Garden, Florida.
And Maple Leaf Tickets in Kissimmee, Florida, our official ticket agency.
Lucky 13.
Yes. So we finally made it back to Animal Kingdom after a long...
I don't know if we've gone since Christmas. That's a long time. Whatever it is,
it's a
long
hidden
time.
Mickey. Do you not see? It
doesn't look like a Mickey to me. You
I
tried
know.
to tell me it's a Mickey.
It truly is, though. And there's a double. I think it's a double. See the little thing on the top? But there's the Tree of Life with all the carvings. I always used to love seeing the Tree of Life.
I still like seeing it. I just can't believe it's probably been like 7 months since we've been there.
I know. But we'll get back. After the trip, after we were just there, though, we both said we want to go back more often.
But not in the heat of summer.
Right. And this is the It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Queue.
Right.
Because we didn't do the ride.
No, but we had heard there was an issue with one of the branches, or I guess you would say part of the tree structure, falling. Right,
and that was a couple months ago. And they had actually closed this queue for a little while, maybe a week or so. And now they have netting over it, and we don't know if it's permanent or not.
Yeah, we just wanted to check it out for ourselves and see how it looked. And it does cover up some of the decor on the tree trunk there, some of the animals.
I had forgotten that you could see so much from this queue because it has been years since I've been on this at this attraction. It has never been a favorite of mine.
Well, I think we should come back and just enjoy the queue. Maybe take pictures of all the carvings and things.
Well, I'll watch a movie for you, but I will enjoy the queue more. I don't like 3D.
Well, that could be the new attraction. Come see our queue and walk through our air-conditioned movie theater.
Well, I don't like the 3D aspect of it where things jump out at you. I'm not really big into that.
It is a 3D type movie.
Yes.
That's the point of it.
I always keep my glasses halfway off.
Well, I think it's a fun movie, so little difference in opinion, but that's okay.
And right here, the Wilderness Explorers Animal Kingdom meetup, we also stopped here.
And you were a Wilderness Explorer once when they had the testing.
They did.
I believe. Oh, there's Doug. I like how Doug, this lady is kind of just standing around, and Doug is going to go in boom, 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 and wake her up. Did you catch that before?
No, I hadn't seen that. I haven't seen this whole clip, I don't think, yet.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Look at the Doug is having some water, although he forgot to take the cap off of his
That's probably would be a good idea. And I can't imagine how hot it would be to wear fur on a day that's like 100 degrees.
What do you mean wear fur?
Well, if you're a real dog.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to say something about these characters.
No. But I enjoyed getting to meet them.
Yes. I didn't know that the Up characters were still meeting and greeting anywhere. Is this, as far as you know, is this new or has this been there?
I think it's been there a few months now, and again, it's new for us because we haven't been there in a long time.
Right. And what's the other guy's name?
Russell.
Russell. That's right, Russell. I think I asked Russell about all his badges and if he had one of the special badges, and he did show me he did. What's going on here? I think there was some... I told the Doug that there was a squirrel.
Oh, and he went and looked
but he's showing he caught the squirrel.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I actually had spent a lot of time while we were in line looking at the lemurs behind, there's lemurs like right behind them. You can't see them. I was like, you should put some lemurs in.
Well, that's very distracting, having the lemurs that close to these guys.
I like real animals, too.
Yes.
Well,
what
of course, Doug is a real animal.
Boy, oh boy. Even he's laughing at you. But so that was our chance to meet the Up characters, and then we discovered this. What is it called?
Beastly Bazaar, picnic in the park, which we had done a few years ago.
Right.
And it's not exactly the same now. There aren't as many choices, but it is actually still a very good value.
Well, when we did it, they had a test, I guess, and it was hot. You had a choice of 3 different options: the hot one, the option, and these cold sandwiches.
Right, and it's just the cold sandwiches now. But for $17.99, you get 2 sandwiches, 2 chips, 2 waters, and 2 desserts.
And they're actually very good sandwiches.
They are good sandwiches, and you get a reusable bag.
Right. I think we'll see that too. What are the different type of sandwiches again?
There was a couple different grinders and a turkey sandwich.
And dessert.
Right, and I don't know what that is. It looks like a brownie of some sort.
Yes.
And the chips.
Yeah.
And again, you're looking at only like $9 per person, and you get a full meal including dessert. And I know you can use like a counter service credit for that as well.
And I thought you get a beverage. Do you not get
The water.
Oh,
I mentioned the water.
Oh, okay, right. There is your beverage selection.
So that's a great option if you're in Animal Kingdom. It's a nice.
Oh, there she is, holding up the complimentary.
It included.
Yes, included.
So it's sort of hidden, like you wouldn't really know it's there.
I didn't know it was there. I thought they stopped it years ago. So
now, still continuing on in the animal theme.
Yes, in the animal realm, we are now going to the Art of Animation Resort.
And this is Rafiki, and we have seen Rafiki before, but the fence now is much further down, where it's not really hiding him.
Sort of like how the car section was right before opening. It's just about a 2-foot little fence, so you can see inside the. I guess what would you call this?
The area.
Very, very good.
And I saw Scar a little bit. I got some pictures, and that's on my site, Mousesteps.
Yeah, we'll link to the site. You can check out the photo update seeing Scar. Scar was hard to capture because he was hidden behind a lot of trees and bushes.
Right, he's all the way on the other side, but you could see the green of his eyes.
Yeah, you got a great shot of his eyes, so
and
that was very
Mufasa.
good. Yep. And some more animals grazing on the safari.
And this section of the resort opens on August 10th, which is just next week. We'll be there for that, and we'll be bringing photos and video
from inside the room and outside. There's no pool at this particular section.
No, there will be for Little Mermaid.
But there is a playground, the Elephant Graveyard Playground. Is that correct?
Yes, and the playground has a giant skull that we've seen already.
In the parking lot.
That's
right.
Yes.
I remember that giant skull. So very exciting. Plus hyenas, I hear. There'll be perhaps moving hyenas that they'll pop out.
We've seen the hyenas, but I didn't know they were supposed to move.
Supposedly. And this is the stairwell, sort of a Pride Rock motif to it.
I think just the detail is incredible. I was just at the All-Star Movies yesterday doing a photo walk, and the difference in quality, you're looking at 14 years between the two resorts opening, the All-Stars, different resorts.
All-Star Movies.
Right, the All-Star Movies and here. And just the term value resort has changed a lot.
Well, but this is also a family suite value resort, so it might be slightly different than perhaps the Little Mermaid section will be more on the same level as a...
No, I think that will be...
It's yet to be seen, but that's
But the whole resort itself is just an upgraded value resort.
Right. And I agree. I fully agree with that. And we took a little walk, or a climb, up the Nemo section stairwell to get an overview of the new section.
And it looks like there's just minor details still being worked on. Again, it opens in 11 days.
We'll be there next week. I'm very excited.
And I'm sure they'll do test days, so we'll actually probably open a couple days earlier.
Sneak there a little early, yes. So tell us about this.
Guests at Disney's Contemporary Resort from August 1st through August 10th will have a different way to pay. They'll be able to use their Key to the World cards to make purchases with that little system right there that has the Mickey Mouse on it. You can either touch and pay or tap and pay.
Yeah, I guess we had heard somebody at the store say it was a new tap and pay system.
Right, we've heard both touch and pay and tap and pay, right?
Or was there a limit to the amount that you can spend, or how does that work?
Well, you're going to be given a code, or you're going to choose a code when you're
an ATM type,
right,
almost?
At the front desk, and then you'll be able to enter that if the order goes over $50.
Interesting. We'll have to see how that goes. That's the future of Disney there.
Is that the future?
I think it is. I think it is. So also last week, I had the chance to hang out with Ron Schneider, the original Dreamfinder, at the convention, Megaplex it was called, and we were selling his brand new book, From Dreamer to Dreamfinder, and our new DVD. And Ron also did a talk when we were there, and here is a short clip of Ron.
The moments that I loved, and a lot of people have been asking me questions like this recently, and the thing about it is, when you say to a normal guest, what's the most magic moment in your Disney day? And they talk about meeting a particular character. Well, I was very lucky. I was out there making those magic moments, so I would have, 30, 40, 50 magic moments in a 30-minute set. I loved going out there first thing in the morning when Epcot had just opened and people hadn't quite gotten back to the Imagination Pavilion yet. A couple kids would be there ahead of everyone else. They'd be drawing. There'd always be the kid drawing on a magic palette, drawing Dreamfinder. He just got off the ride. Now he's drawing Dreamfinder thing. He's all been over working on that, and then he'd hear, boy, he's very good, isn't he? He'd turn around, and Figment and I would be standing there watching him draw. It was a wonderful feeling to be able to do that to people. People would come driving by on the monorail. They just arrived at Epcot. They haven't even gotten off the monorail yet. They just came over from the Magic Kingdom. And they'd go around looking at the different pavilion buildings. And they'd come by Imagination, and they'd see me and Figment standing in the garden area waving. And just the look on their faces as they go by the monorail. The quintessential story, the one that I keep going back to, is it's coming off a 30-minute set one day. It was very crowded. And I'm shooting through the crowd, trying to get back to my dressing room, and there was this adorable little boy, maybe about 5 years old, standing by himself in the middle of this mob. And I'm hesitant to stop because, you can get swamped and you can get trapped out there, you'll never get your break, but there are other kids around, so I figure I'm all right. I kneel down, he's introduce him to my arm. And we talked for a while. Like this, and he doesn't. I talked. He just like this. And finally, I stood up and I said, "Well, I gotta go now. Goodbye." And he goes, "Goodbye, Jesus." Bye, Jesus. Tears are pouring down his face. All these adults are standing around laughing. I couldn't move. And hear them when he got home. I met him. He has two heads and he called me by my name. It's something like that will stick with you,
So that was classic Ron. I love that story. I laugh every time I've heard him tell that one. So what do you think this is our vintage segment.
Vintage segment, and it was given to us to use by Erica.
Yes, our good friend from
nice.
Our weekly Walt Disney World group. And this is some home video that her parents shot back in '87, right after Ron probably left, because Ron's tenure was from '82 to '87, and that does not appear to be Ron. But I thought it would be interesting to see the Dreamfinder in action.
And it's interesting because I never really thought of the Dreamfinders like Ron as puppeteers, but there was actually a lot of work involved that we found out from Ron.
Yeah, a real lot of work. I mean, it was very hard to hold the Figment character and to talk in one way and have Figment be alive and talk in another way.
Right,
so.
like he wanted to be talking to audience one place and then Figment would be doing his own thing. And I think that takes quite a lot of talent.
Yeah, I really miss it. I think this was a wonderful character. I don't know, like Ron always says, I don't know if it would be something that could come back now, but it was wonderful for its time. So that was our vintage clip.
I really enjoyed that segment.
Yes, me too. So that is another episode, episode 13 finished, and
there's our sponsors, Theme Park Connection and Maple Leaf Tickets.
We will see you all again next week.